These are huge mistakes you should avoid when visiting Universal Epic Universe. If you want to be as prepared as possible when visiting Universal's brand new theme park, then stay tuned because today we are going to share everything you need to know to have the best possible day. Mistakes that you should avoid. Let's go. The first mistake you want to avoid is right when you walk into the park. If you have a bag or backpack and you've been to the other Universal parks, you may be thinking, okay, let me first get in and get a locker. Well, I made this mistake before. You don't need to get an all-day locker here at Epic Universe. Of course, you can, and it depends on what your needs are. But let me just explain. So each ride at Epic Universe does have lockers that are the same exact size as the all-day lockers. So when I first came to Epic Universe, what I did was I got an all-day locker at the front of the park because I had a backpack. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I didn't need to do that because I could have ridden any of the attractions here at Epic Universe, either with my backpack on me still, or like at my feet in the ride vehicle, or use one of the free ride lockers. That's right, each ride has free lockers or cubbies depending on the ride, or you could even just bring your backpack. So if you have a bag that you want to carry with you all day, don't worry about not having anywhere to put it while you're riding because you can use those free lockers. They are located in the queue of each attraction and they're double-sided. They are face recognition, so all you do is you simply walk up to it, they'll scan your face, a locker will pop open, and then when you're exiting the ride, in the exit line, you'll be on the other side of your locker. You do the same thing. You scan your face, your locker will pop open, you grab your belongings, and it's amazing. Also, another mistake with the lockers that I've already made, so I don't want you to make, is that there are all-day lockers located outside of each portal. So I got the one that was right in the front because I was like, oh great, here are lockers. But outside of each portal, you do have all-day lockers you can rent. Now, the regular size lockers are $15 for the day, and the family size lockers are $20 for the day. You can go in and out of them, but I wish I would have used one of the ones outside of the portals just so I didn't have to come all the way to the front of the park to get my belongings. So this is what those locker huts look like. There's a concierge hut outside of every land, and they have, of course, guest services. They also have fuel rod stations. And here are those all-day lockers. You can see they have both the family size and the regular size lockers. So if you think you're gonna be like out in How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk all day, you could just simply get one of these lockers. And if you do get those all-day lockers, like sometimes you just want it, right? Like me personally, I didn't want to carry it around all day and I didn't need the stuff that was in it all day. So I got an all-day locker and it was fine. But if you do that, you can go in and out of the locker. Just make sure you don't hit end rental. Also, while we're in Otherworld Mercantile and we're talking about lockers and carrying stuff all day, I might as well let you know that you can do merchandise delivery to your Universal Hotel or even to your home. So if you buy something in the park and you don't want to carry it around all day, which I know people will say, oh, well, then why don't you just buy it at the end of the day? Because the store gets packed at the end of the day, trust me. So if you don't want to do that, you can get it delivered to your Universal Hotel for free. I did this before. I bought something from here. It actually showed up at my hotel a few hours later, but typically they say it's 24 hours. Or you can get it shipped to your house. If you get it shipped to your house, you do have to pay for shipping. But that merchandise delivery is free for the Universal hotels, and it's such a nice perk, as long as you're not checking out the next day. While we're still at the front of the park, let's talk about actually getting into the park. Early park admission. Now, if you are staying at a Universal Orlando resort, you have early park admission when available here at Epic Universe. That means you can get in 1 hour before the park actually opens to the public. So say, for instance, the park opens at 9 a.m. You will get early park admission at 8 a.m. However, if you get here at 8 a.m. or later, you might as well not even do early park admission at all. If you have early park admission, you have to get here at least an hour to 45 minutes before early park admission, especially for Epic Universe. So the buses will start running 1 hour before early park admission begins. My recommendation is to hop on that first bus. It'll get you here at a good time. And with that, avoid not staying at a Universal hotel. Honestly, staying at a Universal hotel has so many perks, like that merchandise delivery we talked about, like early park admission we talked about. You're not, especially if it's your first time here, it's worth it to stay at a Universal hotel, and they have hotels for every price point. I have full tours and reviews of every hotel, so if you want to check them out, watch them on the Krystal Palace YouTube channel. If you want to save some money on your Universal vacation and hotel, you can visit theparkprodigy.com. They'll help you plan your whole vacation. Plus, you can use the code thekrystalpalace10 or the Krystal Palace 30 to save even more money at checkout. I'll link them in the description. A mistake to avoid is not coming to Oaken Tavern. Okay, now this isn't really a mistake to avoid, but I'm stopping in here for lunch and I need to share it with you because it is my favorite place in all of Epic Universe. I was here for breakfast and now I'm here for lunch, and why not come back for dinner, right? So I love this. This is a quick service barbecue restaurant and it has such good barbecue. Trust me, you won't want to skip Oaken Tavern. So this is what I got last time. So you get a choice of your meat. This is the ribs. I got the pulled pork last time. Both are delicious and you get to pick your side. And it also comes with a piece of bread too. It's expensive, but honestly, it's so delicious and such good quality. Here are some of the food offerings in Oaken Tavern. These are the cheddar biscuits, the smoked harissa cauliflower, slow smoked brisket, barbecue jackfruit. Here is the smoked Masters barbecue feast. This is right up my alley. The grilled peach arugula salad, 2 meats, 1 side. You can choose your meat and choose your sides, and the banana pudding. I got the grilled peach arugula salad with pulled citrus herb chicken. The chicken is on the bottom apparently, but I saw this when they first released the menus for Epic, and I was like, wow, that looks so delicious, so I'm excited to try it out today. Yeah, this looks like chicken. All right, arugula, peaches. Okay, we're done. It has a lot of dressing on it, but it's good dressing, so I don't mind it. Wow. I fear Oaken does not miss. I fear Oaken Tavern does not miss. And it has walnuts on here and feta cheese. Krystal Palace approved. Oaken can they like reserve in the back of this chair right here? Just carve Krystal Palace in it because I'm moving in. Another thing you want to avoid is eating at peak times. This is true for any theme park, especially in those busy summer months or spring break or any holiday breaks or anything like that. If you eat during the peak times, you might be waiting for a table, especially at popular quick service restaurants like Pizza Moon. If you do early park admission, you're gonna be hungry by like 10:30, 11. That's when I typically eat my lunch and don't have a problem getting a table. While we're talking about Pizza Moon, something to note about this quick service restaurant is that as of the recording of this video, they don't have to-go boxes, and the pizza is pretty big, so just keep this in mind, which brings me to my next mistake to avoid, and that is don't be afraid to share. I personally love going to theme parks to try out the food, so you can try out more food if you, of course, share, and a lot of the food items at Epic Universe are shareable sizes. For example, the butterbeer crepe, it's almost $20. However, you get 2 crepes with this meal. Same thing with Pizza Moon. You could split your pizza. It's smaller size, but you can eat more and try more variety of things throughout the day. Another mistake to avoid at Epic Universe is to don't forget to make dining reservations. Behind me is a Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant, and it is so cool in there, and the food is delicious. They also have the Atlantic. So these are the 2 sit-down restaurants in Epic Universe. They're in Celestial Park that you can make reservations for. So if you want a nice sit-down meal with air conditioning, guaranteed during the day, then make reservations ahead of time. You could do it right on the Universal Orlando app. Since we're in Celestial Park, that brings me to my next mistake, and that is to don't overdo it. There isn't too much shade, especially in Celestial Park. They planted trees, but of course they're not fully grown yet because the park just opened. So because of that, don't push yourself. Be sure to stay hydrated. Be sure to fuel up, eat, drink. I got a UV umbrella, which I have found really helpful for those bright and sunny days. So just be prepared for that, and be sure to take some breaks in the air conditioning. This will really help too. You can go in any restaurant or shop or anything and just cool off a little bit. Just in case you need it, there are 2 first aid locations in the park, one at the front up by the Kronos, and the other one is between Helios and Ministry of Magic portal. This is what a 300-minute wait looks like, people. This is what it looks like. Oh my God, she said 5 to 6 hour wait. And it's delayed right now. If you want to avoid a 300-minute wait at Battle at the Ministry, here's what you should avoid. Now, if you aren't one of the first people in line for Epic Universe, I would personally suggest waiting until later in the day. Typically, what we have been seeing is that it's going to be a 300-minute wait early in the day, and then throughout the day, it'll go down to maybe like 180, 150. But here's the thing with that. If the wait doesn't go down, towards the end of the day, they'll actually cap the line and say it's at capacity, just so people aren't getting out of there at 3, 4 in the morning with a 5-hour wait. So this ride is going to be pretty tricky. You either have to be one of the first people in line or get lucky and have a shorter wait at the end of the day. Or if you really want to ride it and money is not an object, you can get the VIP tour, because with the VIP tour, even though it's not included in the Express Pass, the VIP tour will take you on Battle at the Ministry with no wait. Battle at the Ministry does offer a single rider line. On opening day, my friend Miss Wizarding World, it was posted a 35-minute wait. She did the single rider line and she only waited 5 minutes. So this is an option too if you don't mind your party getting split up. Now, you may have heard a lot of chatter about the virtual queue for Battle at the Ministry. As of the recording of this video, Universal has switched from virtual queue to a standby line. This means you just get in line. However, I would expect to see the virtual queue possibly come back in some capacity. I would think during really busy times of the year, they might try to implement the virtual queue. We don't exactly know or have an answer. So my advice, download the Universal Orlando app and be ready, be prepared, have an account, sign in, connect to the Universal Wi-Fi, because you don't know if the day of your visit they're using a virtual queue or a standby line. So just check the app in the morning and you'll see if either it says virtual queue or it'll just say like not open yet. What's really cool about Epic Universe is that there are interactive experiences. So besides the rides, besides the shows, besides the characters, Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic and Super Nintendo World have additional interactive features that you can do throughout the lands. In the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, you can cast spells with your interactive wand. If you have previously purchased a wand in the other 2 Harry Potter parks, you can use them here as well. But this is the wand shop in Epic Universe, and it's Cosme Acajor. And this is really cool because the wands in here are special and exclusive to Epic Universe. Here they have the exclusive 3-sided boxes. So these boxes are really cool, and I think they're really special and exclusive to Epic Universe. So if you want to wait, you can get your special Epic Universe wand. And these wands are the first generation wands. So if you're looking for the second gen, you're going to have to get the regular boxes. In Super Nintendo World, you can use your $45 power-up band to play interactive games throughout the land. It also connects to the Universal app, and it just really makes Super Nintendo World so much more immersive. If you play the key challenges around the land and unlock 3 keys, you get to participate in Bowser Jr.'s Showdown. And it's a really fun interactive game that I personally think it's worth it, especially if you're a big Nintendo fan. So if you have a power-up band or if you have a wand, don't forget to bring it. Like today, I forgot my power-up band and my wand. Learn from my mistakes. Don't make the mistake of not looking out for the lesser known character meet and greets. Of course you have Toothless. Of course you have the Bride and Frankenstein's monster. But in Isle of Berk, you'll see like Gobber walking around. Here he is right here. You'll see Rough Nut and Tough Nut. And these are actually incredible experiences that you won't want to miss. Here's a mistake you want to avoid if you're looking to avoid crowds. Okay, so there's actually 2 entrances to each world of Epic Universe. You have your portal, right, which is a grand entrance. It's beautiful. You have to walk through it once. But if you want to leave and you want to avoid all of these people coming in, each portal has an entrance slash exit to the side here. So we're in Isle of Berg and we're leaving Isle of Berg. So we're just gonna go like, look, there's nobody here off to the side. I love using this entrance because the portals are great and you definitely have to walk through them once. But if you want to avoid some crowds, this is what to do. Don't forget to take tons of pictures. After all, you are at a brand new theme park and Epic Universe is probably the most photogenic park. Like, look behind me. This could take free pictures, or you can get the My Universal Photo Pass and get some pictures throughout the park. They have these self-serve kiosk stations, they have photographers, and you could get on-ride photos with the Photo Pass as well. Celestial Park is putting the park back in theme parks, and it is the best place to take photos. There are so many gardens, there's so many fountains, and it's just absolutely breathtaking. It makes for the perfect photo spot. When you're at Epic Universe, you don't want to make the mistake of going home early because nighttime is when the park comes to life. Right at sundown, the lights will come up and Epic Universe will look like a completely different park. So cool how they have the fire on and these statues right here. Another mistake to avoid is with the Express Pass. Now, make sure you don't assume that the Express Pass is going to cover every single ride here.
Currently, the only Express Pass offered at Epic Universe is the 1 time per ride pass. So what this means is that you can only ride each attraction once, not including Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, Dragon's Racer Rallies, or Minecart Madness. So these 3 rides are not included in the Express Pass at Epic Universe. Also, one more caveat with Stardust Racers. You can only use the Express Pass once there. Even though they have 2 sides, it's technically 2 rides. You can either ride yellow track or green track. You have to pick one to use for your Express Pass. You won't be able to ride both.
This is like the golden ticket of Epic Universe because this is the Express Pass for Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, or you can use it on Minecart Madness because those 2 rides you actually can't use the normal Express Pass for. So that's why this ticket is so special and so rare.
Pretty much the only way to get this pass is if the ride goes down, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry or Minecart Madness, while you're in line and they push you out of the line and say, sorry, ride's down, you can't come back, they'll give you this Express Pass. So you kind of have to get lucky or unlucky because, you can't ride it at the time that you waited.
Or if you're staying at Hard Rock, Portofino Bay, or Royal Pacific, that Express Pass you get for free doesn't include Epic Universe.
The Universal Express Unlimited Pass can only be used at Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. And now Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Islands of Adventure is now accepted in the Universal Express Unlimited Pass. So that's great news.
I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the Krystal Palace right down below, and stay tuned for a lot more Epic Universe content to come. And Universal Orlando and theme parks and travel and sports and all that good stuff. See you guys in the next one. Peace.